This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's episode 994, and it's the Relevant Podcast. Here in Orlando, I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From San Diego, California, it's Gabrielle Griffin.
Hey, guys.
And joining us in a few moments will be Jamie Ivey. She's going to pop on here in a couple of minutes. She's running late. She got the recording time wrong in her head. She got her time zones confused, Jesse. Time zones.
I know, but that's my fault because I've been asking everyone to move schedule stuff around for me this week. I've had a very busy week, just on a lot of fronts. My family's traveling, been handling stuff with that. A lot of stuff happening here and there. I got a haircut.
I was going to say, can we please talk about the elephant in the room? This is an audio medium, so we need to paint a picture for the listener.
Yeah.
Jesse looks like he's 6 years old.
I got my haircut last night. It was getting a little shaggy.
You look like
great.
You look like you're about to pose for our first day of school photo with your little backpack.
It's funny you say that because my son is preparing to go back to school, and he's going to be going to fourth grade. And so you guys have hung around with him. He usually has this long shaggy hair and wears baseball caps like every day. That's just his deal. Well, we were like, hey man, you're going back to school. You got to get a proper haircut. Okay. So my wife takes him to like this barber shop, and he comes home and he looks great. The barber literally was so proud of this haircut that he was taking pictures and texting, I was impressed. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to that guy and get my hair cut. And so I went.
You're like, give me the
night.
6-year-old special because I want to look just like my little son.
I came in and you could tell this is a guy who takes the job very seriously. Like, he looks sharp, right? Like he definitely looked like someone who this was his life plan from the beginning. But really, like you could tell like when you're scrolling Instagram and one of those, or TikTok or whatever, and there's one of those videos of like a barber who's kind of dancing around, doing the job, he's slapping, and you guys know the videos I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, I get sucked into those.
You're basically talking Salt Bay for hair is what you're talking about.
Exactly. But you have been inundated with those videos from time to time where it's some hipstery barber and he's Salt Bay in somebody's head. This is not a foreign thing that's just showed up in my algorithm, right?
No.
I mean, it showed up in mine, but I feel like it might be a little bit more specific to you, Jeff.
Can I be honest? I've never seen that in my algorithm. So just FYI, you're being targeted by big hair.
Listeners know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
I think that's a regional Virginia Beach algorithm.
Yeah.
No, they're all like in LA, it appears. They're all like all these.
I don't know. I'm an hour from LA and I haven't seen any of that. I do get sucked into hair videos, but not that.
Well, people know what I'm talking about. I knew it was a red flag because the guy had in a little, like one of those little dog carriers, like a little cute bulldog puppy. I kind of feel that's a red flag. Why are you bringing that to work? Okay. Why are you bringing?
Why not?
Yeah, because
hold on. What's it going to do? It's going to get all the people's hair all over it. That's disgusting.
There's no need to have a cute bulldog in the workplace. Okay.
I don't know. It's an enjoyable experience for people coming to get their hair cut. There's
in a barber shop. Where does all the little hair clippings and dandruff and dander go? Down to the floor where the dog is. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I have to agree.
Sniffer.
Yeah, that's yucky.
Infamously an animal that likes to sniff. So anyway, I'm in the chair. And he asked for what I want, and I give him basic instructions.
Okay, here's what I need. Okay, imagine I'm going into second grade, and my mommy wants to take a picture of me to look like a nice young man. I need that haircut. Go. That's what you told me.
Precisely. Yeah. Well, as soon as he starts going here, chair starts spinning a little, okay? Like he's using his feet, kind of rocking it back and forth. It's like his hands are staying still with like little razors and clippers in them, but the chair is doing the work, not his hands. And it's making me extremely nervous. He's spinning, he's moving my head kind of violently, but it was almost like this weird dance. I felt like It was like, am I being filmed? Is this for a video? And he's kind of like, pop, like his scissor moves are very herky jerky. And Cameron, the Soft Bay thing is very accurate there because he's like dramatically, like when he does like a snip with the scissors, they kind of flip out and then the chair turns and he does another one. Okay.
There's an art.
He started shaving my neck, the back of my neck at one point, and I got legitimately concerned. What if he pulls one of these chair spins and the blade's not pulled away? Like it was a terrifying experience. And when you're in the haircut chair, I don't know about you guys, you got the gown on. It's very undignified. Okay. I'm always kind of hot in there and I just want it to be over.
I actually do agree with this.
You're a second grader. You're fidgety. Mommy, I'm hot.
Do you like it, Cameron? Do you like that experience?
I go to
it's
a
very uncomfortable.
Nice,
you have another
cool
human
salon
touching your head.
Yeah, the salon you go to, they're amazing.
Yeah,
they give you coffee and tea and water. And
literally had a haircut yesterday. Thought it was a lovely experience. So, yeah.
Well, I felt like I was in a roller coaster ride.
I wasn't sweaty at any point. I didn't get scared at any point.
Moral of the story: avoid hipster barbers. Go old school to some guy that does not have time for those shenanigans. You know, someone that just has like an old man who has like giant kitchen scissors that get you in and out in about 10 minutes. That's who you want to go to, not these hipsteries, because someone's going to get sliced. That's what I'm saying. I don't like where this trend is going.
Yeah. Well, you look lovely. Send us the photo that you put on Instagram. I hope you have a good first day at school, buddy.
No, it's gonna be delightful because I don't have a slit throat. My jugular's still intact. Thankfully.
We have a great show in store for you. It'll be even better when Jamie joins us, but it's going to be good nonetheless. Coming up, we talked to Tedashii, one of our favorite rappers. Also, we have your feedback at the end of the show, but stay tuned right now. It's Relevant Buzz.
It's a gift and maybe it's a curse. Don't know which is worse, hard to define. Yeah, it's a long way down, but no Saturdays, just you and I. Used to think no one would ever care. Nothing was really there, guess I was fine. It was dark.
You're listening to Broken Bells. The song is Saturdays. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Tim Tebow's book, Look Again. Have you ever wondered what would change if you truly believed you were infinitely valuable to God? In his New York Times bestselling book, Look Again, Tim Tebow reveals the powerful truth that when we learn to see the image of God in every person, including those we struggle to love, everything changes. Tebow shares incredible stories from his work with people the world often overlooks, and it will challenge you to stand up to the lies, rediscover the worth that everyone has, and impact the world for good. Find Look Again by Tim Tebow, available now wherever books are sold. Okay, it's time for
Relevant Buzz.
Please welcome to the show, Relevant editor, downtown Emily Brown. I don't even know where you are. Are you in Houston?
No,
Dallas?
I'm still in Dallas or Fort Worth. Sorry, Fort Worth. That's an important distinction.
You just kind of move around Texas now. It's not, you were global and then you were national. Now you're just regionally couch hopping.
Yeah, it's getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, your circle is getting close. Yeah, it's getting
maybe
smaller.
One of these days I'll pick a permanent spot. Who knows? We'll figure it out.
You think in Dallas?
Is that on the horizon?
No. Much to my family's sadness.
So that was just a hypothetical. That wasn't like a tease. That was like maybe one day. Not like.
I will eventually find a permanent spot, but I will tell you right now, it is not going to be Dallas. So
hey, before we get going with Relevant Buzz, please welcome to the show, podcaster, author, speaker, Jamie Ivey. She just got here. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, guys. Oh my gosh. Hi, thanks for letting me join you a little bit late.
Hey, it's not. I've already taken responsibility for.
Oh, you did?
This whole
Why?
Mess, the whole mess we find. I was the one who asked us to change times this week. So.
Okay, it is your fault. I give it to you.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, you can clearly tell why he couldn't record yesterday at our normal time slot. He had pre-scheduled a haircut.
Oh,
and look at it. Doesn't he look like he's ready for the first day of school? Doesn't he look great?
Your hair does look nice, Jesse. Thank you.
Jamie, clear something up for us because everyone on this podcast has been making me look foolish. Now, when you scroll Instagram or TikTok or whatever video service that you use with some regularity, has the algorithm ever decided to serve you hipster barber videos where these guys are like dancing around and snipping and there's music playing and they're slapping necks and throwing baby powder? Have you gotten these before, Jamie?
Actually, no, I never have. I'm going to be real honest with you. But my phone is sitting right next to me. I'm pretty certain when it hears this conversation that I will now be seeing them all over Instagram. Just wait.
Yeah.
Every listener is going to hear them.
Every listener now. You look nice, though, Jesse.
Thank you. And the moral of the story is if you enter a barber shop and you see one of these folks who are dancing and snipping and spinning and they got a cute puppy with them and they look, it's a red flag and you're taking your life in your hands because the blades are not meant to be, this is like an Edward Scissorhands situation. It's going to end poorly for someone. That's moral of the story. But
are what you saying is you don't like your haircut?
No, I like the haircut. I just didn't like the experience. He was spinning me in the chair, dancing around and snipping like we were like it was like this performance.
I love experiences.
That's not what I came for. Okay,
I love experiences.
I'm not like I have eye protection either. Okay, if he's doing the bangs or the sideburns and does a spin, that blade is millimeters from your eyeball. Okay, much less. Look, the face is the moneymaker. Okay, I can't afford blades recklessly.
Did you not have your glasses on? Oh, you have to take those off for a haircut for sure.
Yeah, and these are just, I only use these when I record. These are just screen glasses for blue light protection.
They just make you look really smart.
I didn't know I needed safety goggles. So
Again, he looks great for his first day of school. All right, what do we have for Relevant Buzz? What's going on this week, Emily?
All right, so to get started, there was something that we thought was really interesting on the site this week. Just out of curiosity, has anyone seen the latest Jurassic World movie? I feel like
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet either. To be honest, I don't know anybody that has.
Yeah, did it not do well? Because none of us have seen it.
Let me say this. I'm not sure because I can be honest, all the most recent Jurassic movies all kind of blur together for me. It's like, is that the one where they invented the dinosaur in the lab and it got out or something and there's motorcycles? Isn't that kind of all of them now?
So
Aren't
Chris Pratt on a motorcycle, Bryce Howard. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
You've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Well, in case you didn't know, there was another one that came out this year. In case, you just weren't aware. But so because of that, the cast has been, doing interviews and stuff. And Bryce Dallas Howard had a really interesting interview recently where back in 2019, it was reported that she took home about $2 million less than her co-star Chris Pratt did at the time. But now in this new interview, she reveals it was actually a lot more than $2 million, which is just interesting because her dad is huge and she is a phenomenal actress. She's co-starring right alongside Chris Pratt and yet she's making less money. But in this most recent one, Chris Pratt kind of helped to make sure that she was paid the same amount she was and that he was able to help bring up her money or bring up her take home pay and stuff, which is just a great thing for Chris Pratt to do because he did not have to do that. He's under no obligation to do that. But it is a really good reminder that, really at all levels, there is this equity gap and women typically do get underpaid. And sometimes that means that other people in their life need to step up and help make sure that, we reach the equity pay and stuff. But
did the studio address this at all? Like, did they give a justification like he's more marketable so he costs more or something like that? Did they explain why there was a pay gap? Or
from what I've seen, they have just remained really tight-lipped about it. They didn't want to explain what was going on. But it is just shocking because, like I said, they're co-stars. They're both on the poster. They're both running through the forest, running away from these dinosaurs. She's doing it in heels. I'll be honest. I think she should have gotten paid a little more for that.
Hazard pay for those calves.
Yeah. And it's like, to Cameron, to your point, like the studio addressing it, some of it is there's these behind the scenes complexities with agents and representation and negotiations and contracts and stuff. But, what Pratt did was find a way, from what I've read, kind of around that by making sure that she could be compensated, even if it wasn't directly from the studio and kind of a one-to-one payment, but to make sure she would get more on like video game royalty type of stuff and amusement park things, because it did take kind of working around the traditional system to find a way to make that pay equity, available.
Wow. Interesting. So, so Pratt fighting the bad press, doing good stuff.
I love it.
Yeah, but ironically, that was way before he got, kind of the quote unquote bad press. Like that was, and it was done privately. Like the only reason people even know about, because I don't necessarily think it was done for PR reasons. I think it seems to be something that if she hadn't talked about it, a while after the fact, that might have been known publicly. But like you said, Emily, it does show kind of the lengths it goes sometimes for that equity to be achieved.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right. What else you got?
Another sort of celebrity related news. So Tom Holland, Spider-Man, he has decided to take a break from social media.
He's the little one, right? Which one's he?
The little.
Poor Tom Holland.
Yeah, he is a little one.
He's dating Zendaya.
Yes.
Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's little.
That's what he's known for, is dating Zendaya. Second known for being Spider-Man.
Because she's iconic.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you guys. So he announced this week that he would be taking a break from social media. He is not the first celebrity to do this. He's not going to be the last one either. But it is just so notable because he is someone who is really at the top of his game. Like, I mean, he's been in huge things. He's so big right now.
Well,
okay.
Edit.
Cameron, to be fair,
is that subject to interpretation?
His career is flourishing.
That's pretty good. His career is really big right now. And for so many people, social media is a way to promote your work or to connect with fans. And so for him to step away from this, it's just a really good reminder that social media is not worth it sometimes, guys. You just need to take a step away. It's okay to take a break. It'll probably be there when you get back. You're not missing much. And I love reporting on this because I think so many times we feel like we can't step away from social media, or we feel like we're going to miss out on so much if we take a break. But your life will go on, and it honestly will probably be a little bit better if you're not looking at Instagram every day, in my personal opinion.
Jamie, when you were on your sabbatical this summer, did you
I was completely off social media for the whole 7 weeks.
How was that?
Yeah.
Wow. The dream.
My husband went off too when he started his, and he hasn't gotten back on. He's like, I don't know. I don't really care
that
for
has
this.
to be so good for your marriage.
Yeah, so good. And so for me, I loved it and hated it. The thing that was hard is I was gone. I was out of the country and I was with my family, which was awesome. But I also wanted to see what my friends were doing. So that's where the tension lies sometimes for me of like, I wanted to see what they're doing on their family vacation. But you know what? I figured out like they're my friends. I could text them. And so I did. And they sent me pictures. So see, it all works out, guys. You don't have to follow your friends on social media. You could text them and call them. That's what I did.
You're in closer, genuine relationship.
There you go.
I love that.
Jamie, how did you stay up on the latest barber trends if you weren't?
That was the worst part. I mean, I'll admit that was hard. That was hard because the newspapers aren't covering that beat. I'll tell you that. So
they're not. It is an ocean of content from TikTok and the Chinese government who owns TikTok just flooding us thinking that this is a normal way to cut hair, that you're dancing around, but it's basically become like a nightclub performance, and it is not. Get an old man with, like I said, old rusty kitchen scissors and very impatient, and he wants you in and out. This isn't This isn't like an entertainment.
Oh my gosh.
People have been cutting hair for a long time a certain way. That's how it should be done. Dancing should not be involved.
I missed all that.
Yeah, well, you did. You truly did.
Well, see, that's the drawback of mental health is that you can't.
You missed the content we're all looking for. There it is.
Yeah, it's a Salt Bay thing is a perfect example, Cameron. I'm not going to a restaurant for that. Okay, like it doesn't seem that sanitary. You're slapping that meat around and dancing.
It's like $1,000 meal to get that dude to drip your salt all over his arm. Yes, it is like.
Wait, I missed this.
You can't get a seat. It is like 6 months out. It's like crazy expensive, and it's all for the show. It's all for the guy to come out and rub his salt all over his body and then put it on your food.
Now,
why would you pay
is
extra
disgusting.
for that? Why would you pay extra?
I have a theory that the grumpier the craftsperson, okay, whether that this is like an artist or whether someone who cuts hair or prepares meat to cook.
Think about a sandwich shop. You want a guy who's no nonsense. Give me your order. That's going to be a good sub.
Exactly. There's no small talk, okay?
Right.
You're going there for their professional services, not all this ancillary stuff. Grumpier the better, just a rule of thumb.
Good thought.
I will agree. If I'm a little scared, it ends up being like the best meal I've ever had. Something about that fear really tastes good sometimes.
Okay.
No,
I'm gonna have to pass on that.
I want to be.
Emily, you're not tasting fear. You're tasting the man's skin dander clinging to the
His
salt.
sweat, his bodily
wanna be-
juices.
I wanna be
eating out
physically-
again.
I want to be physically threatened by every chef that I eat from. I want
Knife
him
to the
come
throat.
over.
You
I
gotta
want him
eat
to
it.
come over my table and go, "You're gonna like it. You're gonna have this special, and you're gonna like it." And I'm like, "All right, he's serious about this. This is serious, and I'm going to like it." You know?
And he's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to tell him he's wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Or do you want someone hamming it up for the camera, just flinging salt willy nilly? That's meat's way too salty, by the way. Okay, I know this thing is Salt Bay. But
That's the extra sweat.
yeah, exactly. You don't know.
It's because it's not just salt; it's also sweat.
exactly.
Oh,
That's,
God.
that's-
Salty
that's
sweats.
why he does it.
Oh, gross.
I watched The Bear. I know how sweaty those chefs get. Those kitchens are not air conditioned properly. He's coming out of that kitchen to rub salt all over his arm and then put it on your steak. No,
There's
thank
like
you.
6 pots of like boiling stews back there. Okay,
Yeah.
it is a
It's a sauna. Yep.
How have they not been shut down? Like, how has no one said, you know what? Maybe that's a little too gross. I don't care about the optics. We don't need to do that.
But you know
We
what?
need to
A lot
investigate
of
that.
restaurants here in Austin have this open kitchen concept, so you can sit at a bar and watch them cook. So I think that is what we need, is because then they're under extra pressure. Like, I'm not going to sit at the bar and eat and watch a nasty kitchen. So
But
they
do
got to
you really
keep it up.
watch them though, or
Oh,
you,
we
like,
love
talking-
sitting at the bar.
Okay.
We love sitting at any kind of bar because I think it's just fun, like experience. But we love sitting when they're cooking.
Okay, if anybody's going to
I
pull
like to,
quote
too.
this podcast, I love sitting at any bar. Jamie Ivey.
Give me a bar. I'm there.
Listen, I wish I was at a bar right now.
Right now. Right now.
at 9:15 in the morning.
I love
7:13 over here.
Oh, Gabs.
7 a.m. hitting the bar.
Hey, have you been to an airport? 7 a.m.
That's
bar at the
true.
airport.
That's true.
Airports, you know,
There's no rules.
There's no
there
time
are
zone.
rules at
There's
an
no time
airport,
zone at
but
an
there's
airport.
not.
Listen,
Yeah, that's true.
The only time, and this is people can make their own. I'm just saying as a social observation, okay, not a moral one.
Yeah.
It seems to be that places that it's socially acceptable to be sitting at a bar early in the morning are airports, one. Golf courses, because there's early tee times, and all-inclusive cruises / resorts. No one judges or thinks twice there. Those are the 3 where if you roll up and it's 8 o'clock and someone has like a pint and a cheeseburger and it's 8 a.m., you're like, oh, it's all-inclusive. Well, they're just getting their money's worth. Or
Listen,
they
have
had a
you-
6 a.m. tea time or something.
Have you seen those cruise drink packages? You got to start drinking at 8 a.m. if you're going to get your money's worth.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I did. I was on a cruise, a month ago, and I did the math because it's Cokes, it's the coffees, it's
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Do the math.
So it's like I did the math that I would have to consume 10 alcoholic beverages a day to just break even on the drinks
Yep.
package, and I'm like, I don't plan on drinking 10 drinks today, so I didn't get it. But I mean, yeah, the people who get that, they're like, I got to go 30 deep to get my money's worth, you know?
Yeah.
Set your alarm. Get there in the morning.
But
That's insane.
But
to
that's
me.
why no one. That's why no one. It's like I said. It's same thing at airports and golf. You don't even think twice. You could have someone who has a cup of coffee and a newspaper, or someone who's looking like they're sitting down for a nightcap because you know what,
Jesse,
they might be.
I've heard your theory about the airport bars for years now. And as I travel, I take a gander because I always take the early flights out of Orlando. It's just like beat the crowds, right? So it's always like 6 in the morning. So I'm landing at like 7 somewhere.
Yeah.
And when I get off the plane, sure enough, the bars are full and the people are drinking beer and stuff at 7 in the morning. I'm just
It's not
like
mimosas. It's
But
not
your
just-
theory is this person, I don't know what time zone they're in because they could have been flying from Europe and this is a layover,
I think
blah,
that's
blah, blah.
how it started.
The problem is, that's the same. If you're in
Now people
Atlanta
are doing
or
it
New
for the
York or
novelty.
Denver, sure. Maybe Dallas, that's a layover airport. But if this is a destination or origin airport and there's nobody on layovers, why is that bar full
I
at
think
You're
7 a.m.?
starting your day
You're
there.
starting
You're not like
your
halfway
travels.
through it. Yeah.
Right.
That's
This
the
is
thing.
not
That's
a
the
time
thing.
zone situation. This is morning, you know.
When I fly out of Norfolk, okay,
Yeah,
that person
that's not a layover airport.
with a club sandwich and a Guinness. That's 7.
I know.
A
What
turkey
are they-
club and a Guinness. They didn't just come from London, okay?
No,
and we're
they
like,
did
well,
not.
they are leaving right then. I think they
Right.
just like the novelty of it. I'm going to have a
Yeah.
gigantic dinner for breakfast because no one's judging me here. Like,
Also, maybe let's give a little compassion, benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're super anxious flyer. And so they're like, I need 2 drinks before I get on the plane. I need to calm my nerves a little bit. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. 2 big
yeah,
beers and a club sandwich.
That makes sense, but it doesn't account for the nachos they ordered too. They're just taking advantage of the fact that no one is judging them if they do this sort of insane behavior at the airport.
That is so true.
They know they get a pass, you know?
Yeah, but I
Oh
think
my
we're all
gosh.
wising up to the fact that this is not a layover airport, and I think the
It doesn't
judgment's
matter.
still there.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They just order sliders, okay? It's 8:30 in the morning.
It's not like they have like eggs and bacon. They're eating
It's straight up lunch status. And I think it's because they know no one here is judging. That they can this is behavior
It's a
that they
safe
would
place.
love. They
You
would
know
love
the
to be able
waiters
to
and
do.
waitresses are judging a little bit though.
If
You
this
know
is
they
not a
are.
layover airport,
Yeah.
I'm
They've seen
judging
it
too. Yeah,
They've,
Yeah.
they've
I wanna
seen
know
it
what
all.
they
Hey, you got a
seen.
tip though, so
They've seen it all. This is their bread and butter, quite literally.
yeah. All right. Well, there's a lot more buzzworthy content where that came from. Make sure to check out relevantmagazine.com as you do your daily web browsing. We're posting the stuff, everything at the intersection of faith and culture over there. And follow us on the socials. Thanks, Emily.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Stay tuned. Up next, Tedashii joins us.
There's a lot of people dancing downtown. Here we are, fall down with some stick where they got trapped. It's an echo party ringing all around. Yeah, you can't play it down, but you want it to feel right now. Follow, 1, 2, 3. Down the tunnel, it's a stream. If you see them, leave them be. Let the echo.
You're listening
guide
to
you.
Sylvan Esso. The song is Echo Party. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by John Mark Comer's book, Garden City, a book that speaks to the tension we all feel between work, rest, and purpose. The New York Times bestselling author John Mark Comer takes us to the scriptures to identify what it really means to be human and flips the script on the idea that who you are matters, not what you do. He shows that God created us for meaningful work and meaningful rest. Both matter. This book helps you ask and answer the big questions. Does God care where I work? Is there a direction for my life? So you can discern God's heart for your calling, your rhythms, and the way His Spirit wants to shape every part of your life. If you're longing for purpose and a more grounded way to live, check out the new hardcover edition of Garden City wherever books are sold. Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth. Creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonassi investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Erwin McManus's book, The Barbarian Way. Some books don't just inspire you, they confront you. The Barbarian Way, now celebrating its 20th anniversary, is one of those books. If you felt the pull of God towards something deeper and wilder than the safe, predictable version of faith that we settle for, McManus reminds us that following Jesus was never meant to be tame. It's meant to awaken courage, passion, and purpose God placed inside us. He draws from the wild stories of Abel, Noah, Moses, Rahab, and others to remind us that following God wasn't meant to be tame. Safe faith isn't working. Step into the story God is writing for you. Choose passion, choose boldness, choose the Barbarian Way. Available now wherever books are sold. Well, our guest today is Tedashii. You know him as one of the members of the 116 Clique, and he's been a major voice in Christian hip hop for a while now. We sat down with him to discuss how he's encouraging others to take care of their mental health, how he's becoming more and more unashamed, and how he's hoping to carry on his son's legacy. Here's our conversation with Tedashii.
I hate what I see in the mirror. What I saw got me scared to face the truth like I'm in a court of law. Frail disposition, immature decisions. The fruit of lack of growth, that's what I call slim pickings. The only thing slim about me, my disguise, yelling unashamed all while ashamed of my size. Body and ego, poly and Negro. Head too big for me to see like when they blocked the screen. So when friends became brands, I felt treated like a has-been. Reality check I collect.
Well, I know you've also been working on some new music, and I'm very excited to talk to you about that.
Yes.
Let's start with your single, Mirror Talk.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
That is.
You talk about a lot of things on it. So what was that like writing that for you?
Mirror Talk was a very tough tough record to write. I had a friend of mine who I was sitting with. His name is Zach Paradise. He produces, he sings, he's a singer-songwriter, producer, engineer. He engineered this time around that I did, and which is the project Mirror Talk is on. But anyway, he was producing for this project, and he made this record. He said, "Man, I think you're going to love it." I was like, "Okay, why?" And he said, "Because you get to talk on it." And I said, "Okay." So when he sent it, I said, "Zach, you're right. I get to talk on this. I get to actually say something personable or something deep or introspective." And so when I first started writing it, I wanted to communicate where I was, what I was dealing with based on where I was. For the better part of 2019, 2020, 2021, I battled with depression and anxiety and was really, really, really confused on what I was going through. I was having panic attacks. And the more I talked about it, the more I went to therapy about it, the more I met with people, the more it was like, oh, I've been having panic attacks for a while and anxiety is very heavy. And so when I wrote Mirror Talk, I was dealing with all of that and trying to make sense of my world and the reasons why I may be feeling some of the things I'm feeling. And so the very first verse, I tried to point or put the mirror up to myself. And then the second verse, I wanted to hold a mirror up to the world around me and say, this is what I see about me. Can you see this about yourself that I take note of and I see? And it was, all of that was written through or as I dealt with all those things mentally and emotionally.
What has life been like since going to therapy and since kind of like talking about things, getting help that you needed?
Well, I mean, you get a mirror talk. Like that's been the biggest thing is that I've been able to drop the mask. Like I don't have to put on airs to make myself be somebody. I already am. And mirror talk affords me the opportunity to be as honest and as transparent as I can be about my stuff and about others. I mean, the first line of the song, I'm like, man, I don't like what I see in the mirror. And then I talk about like, man, I'm traveling the world saying I'm unashamed, and yet I'm feeling shame about body size, body type, and then the struggle that comes with whether or not I am valuable because of other people's opinions. And I think that's one thing therapy really helped me to see. My intrinsic value doesn't diminish because others choose to not recognize it. And all along, regardless of whoever wants me or not, the fact that I exist in the way that I exist for the reason and purposes that I exist provide me a level of value that even if no one else recognizes it, it's still true of me. The same that, my shoe size or the things that I can do naturally with music or with sports or with whatever. Those things are just naturally who I am and they're true of me. And whether anybody recognizes it or not, they're going to forever be true of me. So once I started to recognize that through therapy, I was able to just be honest and open and talk about it.
Like an ID, find me at the corner store. You just flat, bro. Like this coat, I got more to blow. Blow up on your troops like Belarus. We rushing back in. Coming for that troop like Jason Luke. We keep it stacked in. Hey, I got no choice to lead. Luke, I got the force with me. Prue, she was divorcing me. True, we made it like groceries. Yeah, different swangers up like shingles. Kyrie angles, break they ankles. I got angels strike like Bengals.
As you've been working on this next album, kind of in this new mindset and in this season, do you feel like you're creating music that is maybe the most honest you've ever been?
Yes. Good Lord, yes. One of the hardest things to do was to create music dropping the mask, right? Because I want to make music. Like, I started making music because I love it. I love it. It's just fun to make music. I grew up in a musical home. As I grew up, my mom used to sing in blues clubs around East Texas, sang in the choir. I had relatives who were singers, played piano, and like just music was a part of my world. Being from Texas, as you know, football is the first religion. So
Amen.
no matter how much I love music, I had to play football. So sports became my passion of choice, but music was my first love. And so as I left sports and got back into everyday routines of life, music was there. And I was like, man, I love this. I want to do this forever. I mean, that type of love was present, but the mask made me say, okay, well, let me dress my love up so other people can love me. Let me dress my love up so other people will listen to me. And in this moment, man, I'm not doing that. I'm just being honest and open for where I am, recognizing my real value isn't gone because they don't like the song or they don't want to listen to the song. And that is me processing things outside of the reality that, this is a product for some people that has to be sold, distributed and sold and all that. So that aside, I just wanted to be pure to who I was and what the art meant to me, the music meant to me. And so that's what I started doing. The honesty of trying to communicate and also have fun showed back up. It was real. Like when we did Respect My Team, and in the song, in the latter part of my verse, I say, man, now I just draw a blank on my own lyrics, but I basically referenced the idea of divorce and just saying, man, she was divorcing me. We made it like groceries. Luke, I got divorced from me. Why? Proof, she was divorcing me, but we made it like groceries. And I'm like, we were in a bad place. It's like in a really hard, and not bad, it was bad, but it was hard. And the Lord kept us. And I'm just like, I'm going to be honest about that. I'm going to be open about that. I'm going to share about that. So I wanted to be as real as possible with this music. And I feel like I've been able to do that and have fun in the process.
I wanted to know about the Chase Foundation, which you recently launched. So maybe first, if you could talk about what it is, just in case someone doesn't know, and then just kind of how it's been going since you started it.
Yeah, so officially this year in March, my wife and I started the Chase Foundation, which is a foundation in honor of our son Chase, who passed away. I wanted to do something that would honor his life. And I've always had this burden. I mean, I have other children here, but it's like, if he was here, what would I be doing for him? And maybe I could do that for somebody else in the process. And so the Chase Foundation is here to provide a present help for future hope. That is the idea for people who have gone through experiences of brokenness, who live in brokenness currently, specifically those who have dealt with loss of children, loss of family members, and figuring out how to exist in that new normal. We want to come alongside them and serve them as they acclimate into this like unwanted community that they are now a part of. And a lot of it has just been the goal of raising awareness, just saying, I don't think people know as much as I want them to know. And even though we're starting to do some work with connecting with people here in the city, it's still one of those things like awareness is key, because it will bring, or it'll garner the amount of attention needed for people to recognize their losses. We don't have a manual on what it means to go through loss. We just exist in it. And I want to help walk with people in that. And it's, I think, more important than we take note of, because it's usually something that we want to run away from. And so I'm like, nope, I want to bring attention to it and make sure people are aware of this.
Well, the world went crazy. I feel insane. I don't want to lose it, but I'm feeling lost. I know I yelling the shame from coast to coast. These days I'm scared to fall off. I know we got a plan, may not understand by faith. I'm choosing to walk. Mr. Rogers, won't you be my neighbor? But these haters, they got me still counting the cost. So many running they mouth. Don't run in this house. You crawl before you can walk. Chasing that cloud like running around.
That was Tedashii. Stay tuned. Up next, it's your feedback.
I hope he's not a threat to me, but I'm still gonna feel it. I don't believe it, I can't achieve it. I hope he's not a threat to me, but I'm still gonna feel it. I don't believe it, I can't achieve it. I hope he's not a threat to me. We could wait for weeks, I'm gonna be right here overthinking through. I could be the only one, but I might not be him, and it drives me too wild. I'm thinking of a man much more than I. Waking up fast in the morning, summertime, we mean the golden summer.
You're listening to Rex Orange County. The song is Threat. Okay, it's time for your feedback. Last week we got talking about guilty pleasure shows. I don't know why. I think it was probably because I mentioned I watched all the Bravo stuff. What were we talking about?
I think that was it. I think we were talking about watching like the rehearsal, and then, but we also have shows that we like to dig into, the Better Call Sauls, the rehearsals, and then we have like our background
music shows. Yeah, background noise. That's right. Okay, so there you go. You hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast and told us your favorite guilty pleasure shows. The doc that I'm looking at says, spoiler alert, the number one pick is the Bachelor franchise. That's the consensus number one guilty pleasure show of the Relevant Podcast audience. I don't know what that says about you guys, but
wow.
It's number one.
I'm looking through this, and it is a shocking amount of Bachelor on here. Like, shock for the background. That seems like a lot of drama to have on the background.
I haven't seen The Bachelor in years because I don't have the time commitment to put to what they're asking you to give.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, it's not like 3 times a week. I don't have time for that in my life.
If you've had a traumatic dating experience or been cheated on or something like that, The Bachelor's not fun to watch. Like hot people jumping around.
It's like PTSD.
It's horrible. I can't watch any of the dating shows.
Yeah, I think the idea of them stress me out too.
But yet, Real Housewives are right up your alley.
Hey,
and the Kardashians.
It's in the name. They're married. They love their family. They're taking care of their kids.
In theory,
stability.
yes.
What about the Kardashians? What's your excuse for that one?
Well, I never watched the show until this new Hulu one. And this new Hulu one focuses more on them launching brands and stuff like that. And it's actually pretty well done. I don't know. Yeah,
there's also like a really interesting angle with the new show too. I've been watching it too, and I didn't watch the old one. So
right, yeah, I don't feel like it's as salacious or whatever. I feel it's like they're moguls.
It's kind
now.
of good-hearted.
Yeah,
see,
exactly.
But have you noticed though that and we'll probably dig into this, but like the non-scripted stuff has either been like it's some sort of like high society people that are gorgeous, and they're navigating a lot of relationship dramas. And there's about a 30% chance episode to episode, someone's going to get a mimosa thrown in their face. Like that is one lane of not
30?
scripted.
Who's going to watch a 30% show? I'm watching a 90% likelihood for the mimosa show.
But the other lane that non-scripted shows have gone is equally attractive people building things and talking about building things. Now, it could be a house, a living room, like a hot rod. Like, it's basically those are the two lanes you have to choose from. If you want background reality shows, it is either, rich, beautiful people arguing about God knows what, or rich, beautiful people building something and talking about how they're building it. Like, that is basically what documentary TV has become.
Yeah. I like Helen Hurd. She said that her guilty pleasure show is Drunk History. And she's like, I've never laughed so hard. If you've never seen Drunk History, that show...
I haven't
either.
The whole premise, it's on Comedy Central. It's on streaming. The whole premise is that they sit down with, essentially they're comedians. I mean, they're funny people, but they literally get them completely plastered. They are beyond drunk. And the job is they've pre-planned, they've prepared. This comedian then has to tell the story of a factual historical event. And so you have the slurred speech, drunk storytelling component on top of real historical stories, and then they go and reenact it. So they'll cut away to literal reenactment, but the actors are mouthing the narrator, the drunk person telling this story. So it's like this high production value of historical reenactments, but the narration is a drunk person telling what happened. It is uproariously funny. It is so funny. It's not
making you feel uncomfortable with the drunkenness. I feel like that would make me a little
well, maybe
nervous.
It's in a controlled sort of scenario.
Yeah. They're sitting in a living room. They're not like out or anything. I mean,
they're at the bar.
Yeah, it's all filmed. It's all filmed at airports.
At 7 a.m. 7 a.m. at the airports.
Just find people.
Yeah.
Kara Higgins said, "Seeking Sister Wife, no shame." You guys, when I used to have more time on my hands, I was an avid Sister Wife watcher. Like,
what is it? Tell me. I've never seen this show. What is it?
Oh, I haven't seen it in years. I think there's a lot of drama now. Surprise. But it was this man, I can't remember his name, and he had like 3 wives, and then he took on another wife. They lived in Utah. Then they moved to Nevada, and it was just following them. And I was so intrigued with this whole setup of a man having 3 wives and like 23 children. I got the book, y'all. I read their book. This is how far I went down this lane a couple of years ago.
Here's another observation. It seems like the other path for scripted TV. It's not just beautiful people doing things. It's how can we find some way to make moral depravity kind of interesting and fun, whether that is just drunkenness or polygamy. Let's do a little wholesome spin on it and see if people will watch.
Yeah, I was in.
There's so many replies.
I've seen a lot of ridiculously, which is, basically if you turn on MTV at any point, that's probably what's on now.
You've seen their programming grid, haven't you? It literally is 23 hours of ridiculousness and then 1 hour of something else and then 23 hours.
And I've turned on, like my kids sometimes will turn on ridiculous. Again, probably tells more about my parenting, but they'll turn it on. And it's a show where, it's like a poor man's Tosh.0 where Rob Dyrdek, the former skateboarder, and some friends, commentate as like funny videos play from the internet. I always think the same thing. I always tell my kids, like, I can just throw up a YouTube prank or blooper, video compilation, and we don't have to listen to this this dumb commentary and all these commercials. It seems like is MTV just a YouTube prank reel right now? Like that seems
that's kind of what it seems like.
Yeah, it seems like more people would watch it if they didn't have to sit through all the kind of back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Bethany says Jersey Shore. I have no shame. There's no shame in Jersey Shore.
I've never watched it.
That is an iconic American institution.
It predated Gabs. I mean, they came back, but you really would only care if you saw it the first go round. It's
to me, it just kind of looked like some trashy people.
Yeah.
First off, how dare you? How dare you?
I'm sorry.
Second of all, how dare you?
I know.
Jesse goes to the Jersey Shore every year. He's one of them.
I'm walking.
He's going to make an appearance.
I'm walking distance from the Jersey Shore house, which you can tell is the Jersey Shore house because there's a giant Italian flag painted onto the garage door. That is true.
That's awesome.
Ashley said cult documentaries. She's learned a lot about FLDS group in the last few years, and I too love cult documentaries. That is right up my lane.
Isn't there like a Warren Jeffs one that's going on right now?
Oh, I've already seen it. It's so good. Yes. Yeah.
Did you guys watch The Anarchist on HBO Max? It's a six part one. It just wrapped up this week. It follows a group of anarchists who started an anarchy convention down in Acapulco each year. Probably back in 2016-17 is when it starts, and then it catches up to now, and like it followed them the entire journey. Let's just say, like, the ending of this story is way sadder than the beginning. It's
generally that's how those things shake out,
right?
Yeah. But I'm gonna watch it because I like things like that.
Yeah,
really.
It gets pretty dark, but if you like cults and stuff, it's essentially a cult of of anti-government propaganda. But it's amazing. You get a whole bunch of anarchists in a building together, trying to form a community, and things don't go well. Interesting.
Surprise!
Who would have thought of that?
People came and
gosh.
what's going on here? It is anarchy. And they're like, well, precisely.
Yeah. Lindy says, I know it's gross, but every few months I go down a rabbit trail that leads me once again to Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh yeah.
I love Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah.
I love it. I can watch it all day. TikToks, I'll just sit there and watch disgusting TikToks. My husband will do it with me.
Do you want me to tell you something that I can't believe I'm saying this publicly?
Yes.
Yeah.
If my kids have like a pimple, I want to pop it so badly. Like I'm like, get over here right now. Like that gives me Cameron's face. Like I literally
This is disgusting.
I want to pop it so badly.
If you can look at it, if you can find a way to take the grossness out of it and you look at it from a medical angle, then it becomes just like a problem solving thing.
Cameron really looks
Here's
sick.
the thing about Pimple Popper, the show. When Pimple Popper was just an IG star, it was a lot of just like big, I'm sorry, but there's no way to talk about Pimple Popper without me being gross for a second. When you were watching her on IG back in the day, because Dr. Pimple Popper started because her Instagram videos were popular.
Right.
You just wanted to see like a big old blackhead get popped. On her show, it's like someone who's like half covered in baseball-sized cyst, and it's kind of sad and weird, and it really loses the appeal of the old innocent ingrown hair Instagram days.
We're not dealing with big baseball cysts around here at the Ivy House. So just so we're clear.
But that's what the show is. If you watch it, you're like, oh, I've never seen that condition before. I was literally looking for, like I said, an ingrown hair or something.
It's like the same lack of appeal to me as like the show Botched. They were like, they fixed bad plastic surgery and stuff, and like these grotesque plastic surgery things, and they have to go under surgery. Like, why do I want to look at this freak show? I don't want to see this. I don't want to see people's skin conditions.
Well, they're putting that out there so that they keep people from doing those things, like this is what could happen if you do.
I think the other motivation.
So what's the point of Dr. Pimple Popper? Wash your face, everybody, or else this will happen. Like, I mean,
no, it's purely satisfaction.
The point is to get people to watch it and talk about it, and here we are.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Never will look at. To me, it's so far beyond Scott's tots and the amount of awkwardness. I have no interest in putting myself through that.
And in your next birthday card, in your next virtual birthday card, Cameron, I'm gonna send a video. I'm gonna pop in just a little video, and it's gonna look like it says "Happy Birthday," but you're gonna click play, and it's gonna be a pimple getting popped, and it's gonna.
You'll see the appeal. You'll see the appeal.
There.
You'll see why it's one of the biggest shows in our great nation right now.
Why would I? Why? Anyway. All right. There's a lot. You guys have a lot of guilty pleasure TV shows. We won't get into all of them, but thanks for all the replies. Seems like you guys have a lot of time on your hands. It's time for this week's
editorial question of the week.
All right. Well, earlier we were talking about Jesse's uncomfortable haircut. Is that fair to say? You were nervous?
It was nerve-wracking.
There you go.
Was straight up dangerous, to be honest.
So we want to know an appointment that you had, whether it be a haircut, maybe it was a doctor's appointment or something, where you got a little nervous, where things got I don't know. How would we frame this? Like, we want to know.
If you were in, it's like, so you're in the dentist chair, you're sitting on the doctor's bench, you're on the chiropractor table, you're at the massage place, you're somewhere where you're in the seat, in the chair at a professional setting, and there's no getting up, and things get a little weird. That
was me yesterday.
What happened, Gabs? Enlighten us.
I drove 2 hours to Los Angeles to see a chiropractor that one of my good friends recommended, and he was an older guy, and he was super awesome. I'm actually pain-free today, so singing his praises, but it was super awkward because he was, like I said, he was a little bit older, so he didn't have a lot of strength. So actually, like, correcting my spine, he had to do it multiple times to actually crack it. And it was like, I was bent over on a table. It was really uncomfortable. If you've been to the chiropractor, you know, it's just an awkward situation the whole way around. Add on to it, I didn't know this man. He's new to me. This experience is new to me.
When you feel like the doctor or professional doesn't quite have the hang of it, it is a concern.
Oh, he had the hang of it. No. He had the hang of it. No, he had the hang of it. He actually located my pain in under 5 minutes, like where it was coming from in under 5 minutes, which I've been to multiple doctors that haven't done that. So I am singing his praises.
I gotta be honest, I feel like that's not that. 5 minutes seems like a long time. Does it hurt here? Does it hurt here? Oh, I found the spot. I feel like I can find somebody.
Chiropractors, you have to use multiple instruments and like.
I've never been to one.
Yeah, I've never.
Oh. Well, if you haven't, I'd suggest it.
Why? I don't have back issues.
It's great. You don't have to have back issues. You don't even know you need an adjustment, and something will get adjusted, and you're like, oh.
That's a red flag. That's a red flag to me. To be honest.
What?
You don't
Why
even
would I
know
do
you
that?
need an eye exam.
Okay.
You do.
Okay. I will admit I am the worst when it comes to neglecting my health. I don't neglect my mental health or any of my other things, but my actual physical health, like taking care of stuff like that, like my back.
But you're tall and you have a bad back. I don't, so I don't need to go to a chiropractor.
But that's like if you went to the dentist and they were like, hey, listen, great news here. Everything checked out. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and do a dental implant, though. I just want it's a little bit of a flex. I know. Like to be out ahead of stuff. One day you might need it. And guess what? We already replaced them.
We're going to do it now.
I think chiropractors are a scam. They keep you coming back.
You're going to get the emails today, Cameron.
They're in the business of keeping you coming back. That's it. I mean,
I have a friend who went to the chiropractor a couple times, and he said he had never been before, and he didn't know how it worked, and he would went into the room, and he was just waiting, and he took his shirt off, thinking, okay, they're going to need access to the back, and he would go back several times, and every time the same routine. He'd go into the room, take his shirt off, and just sit there on the table. So he's walking in one day, and some of the waiting, he noticed that some of the appointment room doors were open, and everyone had their shirt on, and he asked the doctor, he's like, hey, can't help but notice. No one else is taking their shirt off here. And the doctor's like, yeah, did anyone ask you to do that your first appointment? And he's like, no, that was just the assumption. We were working on my back.
Thought it was a massage.
Yeah. And the doctor's like, no, we thought it was very strange that you do that. And no one knew how to address it. And he was kind of offended, like, well, I feel like you should have told me because I'm the one with that shirt on.
Yeah.
Like, so we're both, so you're just feeling too awkward to tell me to put it on. And I'm feeling awkward because you've been letting me keep it off. He just stopped going. That was his resolution.
There's no recovery. You find a you find You don't go back.
Yeah.
I don't do any of that stuff. I don't do massages. I've only had half of one massage in my entire life. And I don't know.
I love massages.
Me too.
Do you like strangers rubbing on you?
I don't care who it is.
I love massages too. Me too, Jamie.
No, just touch me all over. That's another soundbite for you, Cameron.
I love to sit at any bar. Touch me all over, stranger.
I love massages.
Jamie Ivey quotes. They are delivering today.
So good.
So hit us up. Last time you had some sort of appointment or professional setting that got a little awkward. Hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast, or you can answer on Relevance IG as well. Okay. Well, before we wrap things up, I want to thank Tedashii for joining us today. Make sure to go check out his music. Great story, great artist. Love him. Also, a couple housekeeping notes before we end it. If you haven't already, make sure to check out Relevant Plus. Relevant Plus is our subscription option for people who want to experience the best of our content ad-free. We have unlimited access to the website, ad-free. We have an edition of this podcast that's ad-free and released early. We have an exclusive subscriber podcast. You get an enhanced edition of our quarterly digital magazine beautifully designed and also ad-free, and subscriber extras throughout the year. Make sure to go check it out. Plans start as low as $250 a month, and your support means a lot to us. It helps us, gives us flexibility in creating content that you enjoy. So go check out Relevant Plus at relevantmagazine.com. Also, while you're at the site, make sure to check out our summer issue. It's presented for free by our friends at World Vision. You can check out amazing conversations with Naomi Rain from Av City Music, John Favreau, Rainn Wilson, so much more. Like I said, the Relevant Plus subscribers, you can download or access your beautifully designed enhanced edition right there in your dashboard. But for everybody else, the free edition is presented by World Vision. Just click on the magazine tab at relevantmagazine.com. Also, if you like the show, or we'd love to hear from you. So, tweet us your feedback at Relevant Podcast. You can also, message us on Instagram or anywhere else you follow us. We'd love to hear from you. And also, if you want to, rate it and review it wherever you listen. Clicking the stars and throwing a little comment on there helps the algorithm, helps more people find the show. We want to hear from you. Hit us up. All right. On that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Jamie Ivey.
I'm Gabrielle Griffin.
And we will see you next time. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
What's going on here? It is anarchy.
Relevant Podcast Network.